So hi, welcome back to Curation. Today we're going to talk about the three different types of emotions, three areas of emotions to sort of boxes that we can put our emotional responses in that can help us sort things out. Some of this comes from Sue Johnson's material from one of her books called Hold Me Tightly. Highly recommend it. So what are these three different types of emotional responses? So the first one is called core emotions. And these are core bonding emotions, attachment emotions, coming from John Bowlby's attachment theory, which is how little children attach to their parent figures. But Sue Johnson says that these attachment emotions actually continue on into adulthood. So particularly between husband and wife and other close, intimate relationships are going to have these kind of attachment bonds. Okay? So those are your core emotions, and sort of the core question that you have there is, am I going to be loved? Is my spouse going to be there for me? Am I feeling pushed away from my spouse with her responses so that I feel scared? Those are the core emotions in everyday situations, and we all have those. Okay, so the second level of emotions, the second category that we're looking at, is called reactive emotions. So if I feel threatened in my core emotional state, I might not always be able to articulate that, but I'll have a reaction like anger or fear, or I might react and withdraw, something like that. It's a reaction to a threatening state of core emotions. I might have frustration. I might just have some sadness. But so in a reactive emotion is a surface one, but there's always something, a core emotion generally lurking underneath. So Sue Johnson encourages people to look at what those core emotions are, to be able to communicate those with the other person involved and that they're involved with, so that there's generally more compassion and bonding that happens in the core emotion level. But if you're just saying, hey, I'm angry and this, and it's your fault, and blah, and I'm sad, I'm going to withdraw, I'm going to get away, those reactive emotions are really hard to connect with. You know, it usually generates other reactive emotions. So those are the reactive category of emotions we all have, and we need to deal with them, but they're not the core. Okay? There's also another response that we have, which is this third one, which is called secondary emotions. So we might be afraid of fear. So we get into these cycles of like, oh, I don't want to feel that. And so we start to generate all this emotional energy around not wanting to feel anxiety, not wanting to feel fear, not wanting to feel rejection, not wanting to feel, it could be another cycle like sadness. So I'm sad, so I feel depressed, and I'm depressed that I'm depressed. And it basically, it's stuff you get stuck in emotionally, because it's an emotional trigger from an emotional trigger, and you can see how insidious that would be to sort of grind you into a little corner, a trap. But helping to identify that you're actually afraid of fear, you're actually anxious because you're anxious, can be a good way to get out of it as well. So those are three different categories of emotions that can help you sort of see your emotional landscape in a little bit better way. And I hope that helps you. So one of the things that we'd encourage you to do is to share the love, share our materials with others on Facebook and social media, because we want to help people, basically, bottom line. We've got a lot of materials here on our website and these videos that we're producing. We're also asking people to join our support team, because we're wanting to do a full-length course that will kind of compile a lot of the materials that we have on our website in an easier way to sort of digest. And we feel like this intimacy course will really help people to grow in these emotional connections like we've been talking about here, to have better relationships, because really it's all about love. God wants us to love one another, and we want that love to be explored. As a lot of times it's not that we don't desire to do it, we just get kind of muddled in the environment of our world, of our emotions, and how to work all these things out. So since it's so important, help us to share that. We are looking for $10 supporters. We're looking for 500 of them. So if you can join us with that, that would be so helpful. And thanks for watching our video. And please watch some of the other videos that we'll put up here on the screen here. And share them with your friends and enjoy them.